Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to talk about all the updates that we have like implemented in the HFT Algo scanner, and so the main difficulty of using the HFT Algo scanner was that we had to change the ATM, okay, as market moved, and we had to change the ATM. So now the ATM is dynamic within a range. So within a range, like, and the range is a big one, like here if you see, like 24,950, and below it's like 24,450. So yes, depends on what we have put the current market price, it will decide a range, and within that range you don't have to change I mean, you don't have to do anything, okay. And if the range is taken down, so then a message will appear here, change the current market price, and you will have to change it. So yes, and the like, it's now dynamic. So let me show you, like, what do I mean by that. So just look at here, that is now it's showing the ATM is 24,900, okay. So look at here, the ATM changed to 24,800, again 750, again 800, again 750, again 800. Seven 50, 800 again back to 750. And so what the benefit of mainly is this, like, we all will be getting the same signal, because suppose that previously what happened, I was using ATM 24,800, and someone else was using ATM 24,600. Okay, so since the data is a little bit like different, so we are inputting different data, so might be somewhere we get different signals, but now it will all be the same. And also while using it, if you have forgotten to change the market price or anything, so the message will show up here, and notice the ATM as well, that it's correct or not, okay. So otherwise you have to make the settings properly, like here if you see 24,650, and so I think you get the point. And also let me show you, like, in case like where those current market price change or something is shown. So what we can do is, like, to help you show that, let's put here 25,000, okay. So let's say that yesterday if I would have given the ATM as 25,000, so let it load. Okay, so yes, like, let's now run it. So here it will, like, let's go a little bit back. um, okay, so this is the line till where the range is there, and you don't have to change it, okay. So suppose you have put the current market price yesterday at around 25,000, so this is the range. And now see that, like, let's again run it. So yeah, change the CMP, so it means the current market price. But again, if it comes inside the range, so again the message like shows that it has come again in the range, and it, like, after 4 candles the message disappears, because you don't have to change the ATM, okay. So we have also done that as well. And yeah, so again, like, the thing is that if you change the ATM at around there, so again, like, you get a nice range. So let's say it's at 24,750, so 24,750 I put, okay. So now it's saying change the current market price. So now I changed it, and then the message will not appear, and you can very well see what the ATM is being used here. Okay, and also moreover, so this indicator does not repaint or anything, as you have seen earlier as well. And now talking about here also, like suppose you want to know that during this signal what ATM was being used. So what you can also do is without the replay mode also, you can go to the data window. Okay, so you have to come here, data window, and hover over like the bar or the signal where the signal appeared, and you will see the current strike that was used. It was 750 there. Okay, so if you see, like if I change my mouse, so that is changing. Okay, so the current strike. So it, on the data window also you will get it, and also the range upper and the range lower, which is 25,000 and 24,500, is also shown there. Okay, that is, you know that after this you have to change the current market price. And so also like this works on 3 minutes and 5 minutes as well and everything. So now the main part is like how to set this up and everything. So the very first thing, after giving access, you have to click on the indicators, and under invite only you will find the HFT Algo Scanner and other indicators also. So just click on the HFT Algo Scanner. Okay, and it will appear on your charts here. And then after that, what you have to do is you have to enter the current market price of what the indices or whichever stock you are using. And again, so like the main thing is that also there are two main parts, which is the enter the current market price, and model 1 is our primary model, so you may or may not change it. And so the other models only runs for TradingView premium plan users. But again, if you have seen like all the live streams, all the buy and sell signals that I have used on the chart comes from model 1, which is our primary model. Okay, now talking about here, that is, and which runs on any TradingView free TradingView account as well. And yes, the next thing that you have to do is enter the expiry correctly, and better keep it to the nearest expiry. The further the expiry you go, so the liquidity is not much there, so that's why best analysis you get for from the nearby expiry. So currently Nifty, as you can see, it's 30.09.25, and also like don't put it like 9. Okay, it's 09. If it's a single digit, so it's 09. If, let's say if it is the month is 10, so 10, so then we don't have any problem. And if the date is also, let's say, second, then you have to put 02, so that, and the year is 25, not 2025. So you have to you have to enter the expiry date correctly. And then after that, for Nifty, Sensex, BankX, and for any other, like any other stocks or BankNifty, you know that they have the same expiry date. So that is the monthly expiry, and that what you have to put here. Okay, so that is the thing, and you have to change it only once the expiry is over. So far, like the expiry is on, it's going on, so you don't have to again do anything here. So it's only you have to change it once every expiry. So for the others, you have to change it once every month. And for Nifty, Sensex, you have to change it like BankX also you have to change it once per month. Nifty, Sensex, you have to change it weekly once. Okay, once weekly. And yeah, coming back to the thing, that is, this is what you have to do, and you will see that the indicator has loaded up. And now again, please note that this manual setting, you don't have to do anything. When you have to touch it, we will say that. And for now, you don't have to do anything here. Okay, you don't have to even touch this manual setting. Only two things you have to do: enter the current market price and the expiry date. Expiry date also, like, not always. So that means the main thing is only one thing you have to do is enter the current market price and sit and enjoy the analysis, and only change the current market price when you have the message that change the current market price again. Okay, so here in the current market price, let me tell you, you can either put the current market price, or also you can put whatever like is the ATM that you want. Okay, so I can also put 24,646, which is the current market price. So 24,646. Okay, so then also you won't have any problem. You can either enter a ATM or the current market price. That, you see, there wasn't any change in the analysis. So it's like perfectly working everything, like it understands everything, that what should be there ATM everywhere and what not. And yeah, so that is the main thing, that only one thing you have to do is enter the current market price, okay, and again change it when the message comes up. So that is the thing. Okay, now let's talk about the other things. That is, this is use the dynamic mode is given. Now let's say that if you were comfortable with the previous version, then just uncheck it, okay, and you get the previous version where the ATM was not dynamic. So that is the thing, okay. So I'm checking it right now, and currently to run model 5, you have to like use the dynamic, so you have to uncheck the dynamic mode. So but still, like within 1 or 2 days I might come up with a solution where we might be able to run model 5 also on 1 minute or 3 minutes chart with dynamic mode as well. So for now, just for now, if you want to run model 5, you have to uncheck the dynamic mode, okay. Now talking about just model 1, which is our the best which is our main model so far. So now talking about all these analysis, like this thing, that is we talked about these two, and now the third one, like spot price out of range alert, spot price inside range alert. So this is while you are setting up the alerts. Again, if you're not setting up the alerts, this is not kind of important to you. And again, manual settings, I'll be coming into the thing. And now talking about the expiry also, I said if you don't want the support and the resistance line, so you can just uncheck it. And we have talked about this earlier as well, because this was released in the earlier update when we updated it. But again, I'm going through all the settings because so that everything stays in one video. And so that is the thing. Again, these modes only light colors, that is sometimes you may not want the deep colors, which are the buying ones. So then you have to click on the light colors, and only the light red, which is the call writing, and the light green, which is the put writing, will only show up. So you can see now only the light colors are showing up, not the deep colors, okay. And so that is the thing. And yeah, so now talking about again invert colors. So if you are comfortable with inverting the colors, like the red below and the green above, so that also you can do, okay. Also you can have with inverted colors, you can also have the deep colors as well as the light colors both as well, like this. And again, like talking about separate colors for in the money. So this is when you include like this, you include the in the money analysis. But again, I have already said that many people requested for in the money analysis, because we majorly take the ATM and the out of the money. So for that, like many people have requested for the in the money analysis, but again, it's not recommended from my side. If you wish, you can do it. And if you suppose you have like in the money analysis, you have, but you want to also see that in the money analysis separately, so you can use separate colors for in the money. Click on it and you will see that like here we use green and red, both the deep and light. There we are using blue and red as well, okay. And again, deep and light, 4 color combinations there again. So but again, I would recommend that don't go for it because it's just a feature everyone many requested, so that's why like they wanted to see how it performs there, so that's why like I kept it. But again, not recommended from my side. And again, coming back to the way we look at it, so this one, now talking about, we talked about everything here so far. Now message table. So show message if out of range, so that is the one which I showed you here. It's like blank. So far the message doesn't come up. And again, like it will show up when it's out of range, okay. And again, show the range in which the ATM is dynamic. I already showed you. If you want to see, you can go to the data window and see. Otherwise it will show up here itself, so like this, okay. So it will show up the range. So far like you are good to not change the ATM, okay. You don't have to change the ATM within this range. So if you want to see that, you can keep it there, otherwise just remove it. And again, talking about you have the font size and everything. Also you can change the color of the text and here. So I'm not going through all these very simple settings there. Talking about here, that is like for now what happens is like we have to hover over the bars and you can see the numbers here. Okay, so for example here the call writing is 71 CR. Okay, right at the start 9:15 candle, and the put buying is 81.6 here. Now let's say that some people don't want to take their mouse, and these are big numbers, they get confused, is it CR or is it lakhs? So for them, like, we have come up with this one. So so there are too many settings. So yes, so show level above bars. Okay, so if you click on this, so let it load up. Yeah, so now you can see like LR means light red, and so which every color, what is every color, like how, what is its value, it's given. Okay, so there, and again, the thing is that if you want the labels or font size to be larger or smaller, whatever, so for now I have kept it small. And now also, suppose you might not feel comfortable to look at it on the above the bars, so what you can do is you can click on show it above the candles, then it will print above the candles. Okay, and also suppose if you slightly get confused that which color is what, then you can look at the table to the right here, LG, which is light green. Now you are confused, light green means what? So it's written put writing, light red call writing, deep green call buying, and deep red put buying. Okay, so that like you can quickly see, and if you forgot, you can remember. Okay, so here it will show, it won't show above the bars, now it will show above the candles. Okay, and yeah, so now let's uncheck it again. And now let's talk about now the next part of the settings, which is buy sell message settings. So here what happens is that we are choosing the strength. You can choose the strength or the pressure of buying and selling. You can also refer it to the pressure of buying and selling. So the strength, how is it getting determined? It's getting the algo is deciding the strength with respect to the fund. Here 71, like here 71 CR of call writing happened, and that's why it's showing like a strength of 4. Okay, so the strength has been distributed on a scale of 1 to 10, and it theoretically it also can go above 10 also, but usually we have seen it doesn't. So yes, and yeah, so like by default we have kept the signal greater than or equals to 2, because if you are making it greater than or equals to 1, so might be some noise might be coming. So that's why, to avoid the noise, we have like the algo decides whether like this is a big position or not, and so with strength 1 it decides that okay, chalo, this is not a very big position, but still it's a fair amount position, but we won't show this. Okay, so that is how the thing is done. If you want also the strength 1, so you can also plot it like this. Let's see if there is any strength 1 getting plotted. Yeah, so now you see, now you understand the noise that is coming into the picture, right? So you want to avoid so many noise. So even if you want, you can also go for higher strength as well. So that is, I will only look for messages when I have strength greater than or equals to 4. So then all these by strength 3 to all will disappear, and you only have a clean setup of like greater than or equals to 4. Okay, so that is the beauty, like whatever you want, you are the boss and you can fix it. Okay, by default it's greater than or equals to 2. And again, like this is talking about, as we talked about, that is the big institutions, they do mostly writing. Okay, why? Because just think about, like if you have a 10 CR capital, so then you cannot buy, like if you are buying in a very like in HFT mode, very high frequency, that's a different story. But let's talk normally, like how we trade options as a retailer. So you, as a retailer, you have, let's say 10 CR in your, let's say even if you have 1 CR in your account, you won't go with even 50 lakhs and buy. Okay, normally, I'm talking about normally. Because what happens on a very volatile day or maybe on an expiry day, suddenly like the premium can fall down 50% very easily. But yes, you will definitely use the all of the fund to sell, okay, right options. So that's why, like, think like that, and I think that that is the main reason why the big institutions, they mostly sell. And that's why we have this setting with respect to the sellers fund. Okay, sellers point of view, we are plotting these. If and since we consider that buying is mostly done from like to hedge the positions, so that's why we are not considering. But again, we have the option. If you want on it on your charts, you can get it. Okay, so here is the one that is like, with respect to the buyers also, we have the buy and the sell signals as well. So again, if you'll understand the difference, they are coded with different color combinations as well, so that you don't get confused that which signal is coming from the buyer's point of view and which is coming from the seller's point of view. Okay, and so this is like, you can very well see. Now the thing is that people might come and say that the big institutions are selling, we are getting the from the seller's point of view, so is it favorable for option buyers? So again, what the main point is that, for as an option buyer or option seller, as an option trader, you need like reversals kind of things like this, or you need momentum, you need direction, okay, to trade. And so that is coming from these big institutions, big positions, and so you are good to go by doing anything. Okay, but again, it's not a recommendation or anything, it's all up to you how you want to use the indicator. Okay, so now let's talk about so these two are fine, the first two option. Now what happened is, like, one of the member requested that like, why do I need to keep this sell, or the in the message, why do I need to keep the sell or the buy word? Okay, I know that, like, if a red like box comes up above the candle, so it's a sell signal. Okay, so I just need the strength. Why do I need the sell or the buy word? I don't need it. Okay, so just remove it. Okay, so that's why we have kept now the option, like, so you can also remove it. Just see how nicely it gets removed. And you just, like, suppose it might also happen that you have a very small screen, so there also, like, you don't want the message to be, like, let's say you want the message to be very, very smaller, so you can do this. Okay, so only the strength will only show up with the color, the same color combination, and the color only tells you like what the signal is. And again, the same thing if you are going with the buy and the sell signal from the buyer's point of view. Okay, so let's again load it up and you can see. Okay, fine. Now talking about the next thing, that is buy alert from the put writers, sell alert from the call writers. So when you are putting the alerts, so we will be talking about, I'll go to the alerts part as well, so when we will talk about. Okay, so when you are putting the alerts, be careful like which alert you want and which alert is enabled on the charts. Okay, so I'll be talking about, so that is a little bit tricky, but it's not that also difficult, so it's very simple. Again, you can also change the label of these buy and the sell signals to whatever, small, tiny, whatever. And also you can change the color combination as well, so whatever color combination you want. Now talking about the table. Okay, so this is the table here to the right corner, which now has a lot of options. So here the first column you will see, it's like it's given the color coding, what each color is and everything. The next is like the last 60 candles. So the last 60 candles, what is the sum of the light green, that is the put writing, what is the sum of the call writing, what is the sum of the call buying, put buying. Okay, so all these are showing up. Okay, and now suppose the thing is that here, that is there is another one which is the session total. So I'm going to talk about all these. So whichever you don't want, you also have the option to like remove it. Suppose you don't even want that table, so you can just uncheck this and the table will disappear. Okay, and also I have kept the table background so that you can also see the bars as well. So the table disappears, and it's again like if you don't want the table, you also have the option for that. And now let's talk about the table. So talking about the table, let it appear. Yes. So if you see here, that is now we first of all let's talk about the first column. Let's say that you want the last 30 minutes. So just change it this 60 to 30. Okay, and you will see the writing getting changed there to last 30 candles. So the 60 will change to 30. See, it got changed to 30 and it's showing the last 30. Okay. So what happened to the last in the last 30 minutes or in the last 60 minutes or the last 120 minutes? Okay. Okay. So sorry, I'm really sorry. I made a mistake here. So this is the last 20 or 120 candles. Okay. So please remember that suppose you are on 3 minutes time frame, then it's like 3 times 120. Okay, it's last 120 candles. So suppose if you are on 3 minutes time frame, because I usually trade on 1 minute time frame, so that's why I said it by mistake. But let's say that you are on 3 minutes time frame, you want to look at the past 1 hour. So then that means how many 3 minutes are there? 20. So put 20. Okay, so 20 candles on 3 minutes means 1 hour, and you get like the last hour details. If you want the last 30 minutes on 3 minutes time frame, then you have to put 10. Okay, like this. And if you are using 1 minute, so that means like whatever you are putting there, so that is mainly like if you are putting 60, so it's 60 minutes, or so it depends on what time frame you are using. Okay. So just be a little bit careful about that. So it's clearly written that it's last 20 candles. Okay, so it's also written, the message is very clear. Now let's talk about the session total. Again, if you don't want the session total, you can uncheck this and it will disappear and it will show the other two. Session total means like and this timing you have to set here. Okay, so suppose you want to know from let's say that what happened within the first 45 minutes. So from 9:15 a.m. let's say you pick up the time till 10 a.m. So you want to know what happened during this session. Okay, and it will show up here. Also the timing also you can see 0915 1000. Okay, and the total comes up. So that is the session total. And suppose like for example, like here I am setting it to let's say 12 to let's say for example 3. Okay, now notice one thing, that is suppose this is the session total I want, but let's say that the day has already just started. So far we still haven't reached 12 noon. So what it will show is it will show the previous day 12 noon to 3 p.m. session, what was the total was. Okay, so again this feature was also requested, so that's why we implemented it. And now the thing is that we have removed it, the session total, and now let's talk about the day total. Now also people requested that like we need the days total so far till the day. Okay, so for example the day has started 9:15 to 10 a.m. so it will show till there only, like till 10 a.m. till currently starting from 9:15 what the total is. Okay, so that's the thing for the days total. And again, if you don't want the days total also, you can just uncheck it and it will go out. Okay, and also if you don't want the table, so again you have the option for that as well. And also like all these colors, font size for the table, you can set it up from here. And yeah, now let's talk about the next setting, which is the background color. So the background color is like as I have already talked about in the last setting, the background color is determined from the momentum and the cash market sentiment indicator which we have. And so if you want, like you have the background color as well. Whenever the two mismatch, like it shows, it doesn't show any color, and whenever the two matches, it shows. So that is what I am talking about, these two indicators, the cash market sentiment and the other one is the momentum. Okay, so that is so this one and sorry, this one. And yes, now coming back to the settings again, that is, if you don't want the background color, again you can remove it. And especially like this, I cannot do anything, like by default it's checked. Please do uncheck it. Please do uncheck it. Why? Because like all these settings input values, it shows up, okay, and it takes up all those screens. So just uncheck it. Also you can whether you have checked it or unchecked it, you can also do it from your screen also. Like you can go and put the settings, and in the status line you can all remove this, okay, that is the values and everything. And then any indicator you put, you don't have to do that, automatically it won't show the input values, okay. So that is the thing. And now coming down to the alert section. So yeah, so let's remove the background color. And yeah, now let's talk about the alert section. So before setting up the alert, be very careful that in TradingView, when you are setting up the alert, like you can right click on it, so you can click on here, and oh, I'm in the replay mode, that's why the alert is option is not coming. Yeah, so yes, you can right click on here and click on add alert. So this is one option, or you can also like go here and click on like add alert, okay. So now talking about here, that is let's say I click on add alert, then you have to be very careful. There are several types of alerts. One is all these support and resistance when they are forming. If you want those alerts also, we have the option. And now let's say that if you just want the signal from the big option writers or from the big option buyers, you have to click on this, okay. So that option is also present. But while you are getting like this, two alerts are not recommended. Why? Because the thing is that like from the big option writers, whenever the signal comes, is it a buy signal or a sell signal, so that will not come up in the alert, okay. So that's why these two are not recommended. So the alert which are recommended is like to get this buy and the sell signal. So these are four types: put writers, call buyers, put buyers, okay. So like all these sell signals, 2, 3, or whatever you're seeing on the chart, it's coming from the big call writers. So this is to get those alerts, this is the alert, okay, only to get those alerts, okay, that is sell signals from the big call writers. Only to get these buy signals, that is the alert for this one. Like for that you have to go for this option, that is put writers, big buy signals from the big put writers, okay. And also like let's say that if you want from the big option buyers also, then you have to click on this, okay. You have to check it, otherwise it won't the alert won't show up, okay. So whatever you have enabled in your indicator, that will only show up in the alert. So suppose if I, without like all these buy and sell signals from the buyers fund, we are setting up the alert, so the alert won't get triggered, you won't get anything in the alert, okay. So you have to be very careful about this. So this is like the buy and sell signals from the big call buyers. And again, if you want these signals like coming from the big put buyers, so then you have to set this alert, okay. Now the question is that, oh, okay, so we individually we have to set alerts for like there are 4 types of signals. 2 signals coming from the sellers fund, like the big sellers, big option writers, okay, buy sell. And again there are 2 other options which we don't usually use, not recommended, which is coming from the buyer's point of view, okay. So 4 types. So individually you can set alerts for these 4 types. But again, if you say that okay, it's a little bit hectic to put all these alerts individually, then you have the option to get all the alerts in one alert, okay. What is that and how to set it up, okay. So like I again clicked on alert, and you see this name which is alert function. Okay, and also remember on the time frame on which you are setting up the alert, so on that time frame only the alert whatever gets triggered, it will show up. Suppose now you are back to 1 minute time frame, then like the alert whatever it's calculating on 3 minutes, whether you have changed the uh, like current market price, or you have changed anything in the indicator, you have changed the time frame, it doesn't matter. Before setting up the alert, what was there, what was the indicator doing, and according to that the alert will get triggered. Okay, so now let's come to here, that is this alert function. Okay, so this alert function, what it will do, it will trigger everything that you have selected. Okay, so now what do I mean by everything we have selected? So again, the condition is that first of all, like you can also put the HFT indicator several times. So now you want to set the alert in a particular one, so you have to select it. Okay, so for example, let's say that I have put the HFT indicator again. So be careful while setting up the alert, and so let's say that it's 24, let's put 750, and suppose I am using model 5 here. Okay, so or maybe let's say I'm using model 2 here. Okay, so yes, you can see the model 2 is also printing. Okay, so now let's say I'm using model 2 there. So now like when I am setting up the alert, so be very careful, that is like add alert, and then like if you have selected like if you have like right clicked on whichever indicator, so that indicator will only like by default come up. But let's say that I mean sometimes like be careful about that, that suppose which indicator you are like which HFT you are putting the alert. Okay, so sorry, add alert. Okay, and then after this you have to click on this one. Okay, automatically it will come up, and then again same as chart, and or maybe you can also change the time frame as well, 1 minute or whatever, and then like the message you can't do anything there. The message will automatically like get in your webhook URL, or like you can send it to your email as well. So in the email it will be clearly written like whether it was call writers or put writers or call buyers, put buyers, everything. But again remember whatever settings you have selected. Okay, so like suppose if you have selected these two, okay, so that's why I have written alert. So whenever the price is out of range, the alert will get triggered, and it will go to your email. Okay, and it will say that like the spot price is out of the range and everything. So these alerts will get triggered. Suppose you want the alert from the put writers and the call writers, you can select these two. You don't want from the put that alert, you don't want from the call buyers and the put buyers, you don't have to select. Okay, so that is what the thing is. But again please remember that suppose I don't have this one checked, that is the buy and the sell signals are not appearing on the charts, but I have selected that I want buy alerts and the sell alerts from the call buyers and the put buyers, so the alert won't come up. Please remember that. Okay, so whatever you are seeing on the chart, so that alert will come up. Okay, so please remember that. Okay, and so that is the thing. Now for like if you keep this setting, and if you like hit the alert or set up the alert, so what it will show is it will show up like all these on this indicator, all these buy and the sell signals whenever they are appearing, and whichever time frame you have set it on. Okay, so that's why like you don't have to now set individually the alert. So one alert will do the job, and like sorry, not this one. So again coming back to add alert, so this is the function alert. Okay, and it will like you will get a proper message what like the sell signals are, like whether the sell signals, so suppose you have put all the 4 types, then even the sell signal is coming from the put buyers or the call buyer, put buyers or the call writers, that will also appear in your email. And also for the buying signals, is it coming from the put writers or coming from the call buyers, that will also come. Okay, but again it depends on what settings you have selected. If you don't want the spot price or the spot alerts, all these alerts, so you can also uncheck this and these alerts won't show up. The thing is that again, if you want, let's say that I want to know only when the current market, I have to change the current market price, then you can only select like spot price out of range and then you have to uncheck all these. Okay, so whatever the alert like word you see in the settings, only these 4 and these 2 are there. Okay, so you have to, whichever you check, and so you will get the alert for those. Just remember, for the buying and the selling options, like whichever you have enabled in these 2 options, like if you want the buying also, so you have to enable the second option. So in that combination you can get any type of alert. Okay, so now suppose with this combination I haven't selected any alert here, only this alert, and now if I just like click on here and I go for add alert, and this function alert I only set up and create. So then what it will do is it will only alert me when I have to change the current market price, it's out of range. Okay, so I hope you have got it. And now again, suppose this is the white, so this is the line, like a line will appear, so I have made it white actually right now. So so the thing is that the range line will show up, but you might sometimes also get confused that whether it's a support or a resistance line. So you can make it disappear. You have to go to styles, and then you have to uncheck this upper range and the lower value. Also you can change the color also, like I just change the color to white so that I get it like it's the range line and nothing else. But if you don't want, you can also like do it. And again you can all change this color modes, everything in style mode, and there is nothing to do in this visibility part. And so that is the overall settings and everything. It's like I mean, you will easily get used to it. I mean, there is nothing much complicated about it. Only setting up the alerts, it's a little bit complicated, I would say, but not that much also complicated. So I also miss sometimes, like so when I set like alerts in the model 5, so in model 5 you know that we prioritize like both buyers and sellers both. Okay, both signals are important, and that's why like when I try to put that, so I sometimes mistakenly like I forget to switch on the buy and the sell signals, this one, and then what happens is again I have to reset the alerts. And so that is like, even I also make mistakes like this while setting up the alerts. But apart from that, getting these signals on whatever like on your chart, so that is pretty straightforward. Now you just have to enter the current market price and that's it. And also like currently you can run it on the future charts as well, or any option charts as well. So let's say that you want to run it in the future charts, so you open the future charts, and again there also it runs. Okay, so the same signals, everything same, no changes. You are just changing the chart. Okay, so there is no change in the signals. Okay, it's the same again. So it understands that it's Nifty, and it changes accordingly. And also you can also run it on the option charts as well. Let's say that Nifty options, and again let's say open 24 700, and again you see the alerts are the same. The alerts are not changing or anything. Okay, and again do remember that I mean, if you are opening the puts chart, then you have to be a little bit careful, because since the signals are not changing, so it will be like a kind of reverse signal. Okay, so yes, like again here if you see the buy sell, so so you have to be a little bit careful here. Okay, so be very careful if you're opening up, because at that moment we got the sell signal, and so after that, like you see, the puts pumped up. So that is what usually should happen, and so that is the thing. Like I mean, if you're on put chart, so the signals are opposite. Okay, so now the thing is that, let's say that you want to, so this is Nifty. Yeah, let's get back to Nifty spot. So yes, now talking about, let's say that you want to now open any stocks. Okay, now let's talk about the manual settings, why we sometimes might need it. So let's say that I want to open Bajaj Finance. Okay, so I go and click Bajaj Finance, and it start opened, and now you see the HFT indicator is not running. Okay, so what do we have to do? So we have to enter the current market price that we have to enter. So 985 we entered, and it's in dynamic mode, and also like remember to, like, now it's like the expiry date is like, for the others it's set this monthly expiry, and it's loading up. So let's load up. So yes, it loaded up, and it's working. Okay, and now for example, let's say that, let's also go to 1 minute time frame. So again, now the main part is like what you have to understand is that, like, here you see that, here you will notice the last in that blue white table, you have that strike interval which is 20. Okay, so in the code we have set it up as 20. Now sometimes it happens that that strike interval becomes from 20 it becomes 10, or from 10 it becomes 20, sometimes from 5 it becomes 10, and vice versa. So these thing happens. Okay, so now, so you can go to the option chain, and also you can go on any option chain, like don't have to go to here, like on TradingView. So any option chain, go to any option chain, see what is the difference. Now you see that it's 10. The last month it was 20. So now you see it's 10. Okay, so that now, so what you have to do then is, like, you have to go to the setting, and let's say use manual strike. So you have to check this and check it to 10. Okay, and whatever is here doesn't matter, like until unless you have selected this, it doesn't matter whatever is selected here in the manual settings. Okay, or whatever is selected here in like the ATM or the strike reference. Okay, so again, let's get back to 3 minutes and everything. So here, if you see, this is the kind of like scenario, the thing is that we are having with this, that is now the strike interval is 10, and the dynamic ATM is showing 990, and the symbol, everything. So that is what the main purpose is, like, for the manual settings. So sometimes the strike price might not match, the strike interval might not match. You have to select this and that, and why then did I keep the other two? So suppose now, let's say that you are on BankNifty chart. Okay, and so let's open BankNifty. So suppose I'm on BankNifty chart, and let's say that 54, let's say 400. So this is the BankNifty chart, and let's say that I'm on BankNifty chart, fine, but I also want to analyze Nifty. Okay, so then I have opened the HFT again, and then what I'll do here is, now I have to use this symbol. Okay, so I have to now select whichever like symbol I want to use. Nifty I have selected, and let's say 24,700 or anything, like you're putting there, and use like, again, use manual strike. You don't have to select until unless you see that the strike, you see automatically it has taken, like the code knows that for Nifty it's the strike interval is 50. If it's not matching, then you have to change it. Okay, and again, like use the manual strike. So if you want some manual strike, you have to enter it here, but you have to select it first, but again it's not needed. Okay, And suppose if you are opening it, so then don't put the buy and the sell signals on the chart with respect to that. Why? Because then your charts not only becomes clumsy, but also like you get too many signals, and that might not be like for that chart, and so you might get confused. Okay, so that's why remove the buy and the sell signal. You just watch these bars that are happening on the HFT. Okay, also sometimes like when we open the same HFT again, let's say I open the same thing for like model 5. Okay, and again like for Bank Nifty I am opening it only. So Bank Nifty I've opened the 54,500, let's say, for example, or 400, whatever. So now here let's say that I have put the model 5. So yes, so my charts look simple, and it doesn't become clumsy. So what I will do is I'll not opt for this. Like by default that will be selected. Okay, so I'll come and so what I'll do is, like if you see here, charts becomes like a little bit more signals, so remove those. Okay, and make it clean. So we are printing the buy and the sell signals from the main indicator, only one, and keeping the other for reference. Okay, so that is the thing. And yeah, so again that is the whole settings and everything. And also those who have premium, what you can do is like you can like make layouts. Okay, you can create new layouts, and you don't have to switch like on one chart, on one layout. You don't have to switch Nifty, Bank Nifty, and check it for every symbol. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to create layouts and open different layouts for different indices or stocks, and set up the HFT there. Like I have it for me also, like for separately a layout for Nifty, where I have set up for Nifty chart, HFT indicator, then the cash market, and for Bank Nifty separately again. So that like on one chart I don't have to switch over and see. Yes, those who are using the basic free account, you have to like do it, because I think there is no chart layout for you, or maybe one or I think 3 layouts, so I forgot that. But yes, so that is the main thing. And yeah, so that is overall like what I could remember. But yeah, again, if you have any queries or questions, you can ask. And the video has been very lengthy, but also we have so many lot of features that needed to be discussed in detail. And again, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.